And then dividing by 25 is easy.
25.
24.
I'm dividing by 25. So 25 does not go into 6. Okay. How many quarters in 60 cents? 2. 2 times that is 50. Subtract, I get a 10, bring 1 down. How many quarters in a dollar? 4. And I can stop. That goes perfectly. Again, right in the beginning, for some of you that get this, I could have also gone in this direction. 25 times 4 will give me 100. So 6 times 4 will give me the 24. So this one is 24%, and I'm going to do the same thing on the number 4. We're not going to do the number 5. I'm going to skip a lot of the other ones. Okay. So on this one, 3 over 20. Okay. I'm looking for a percent. So what can I put on the other side? P over 100. And then, for those of you that like to cross multiply, you can cross multiply and divide. But in this case, in this direction, does 20 go into 100? Times what? There's 20 nickels in a... No, she did 5. All right. So on this, again, that is going to be 15%. Again, we're going to do some of these, not all of them. Write as a fraction and as a decimal. So on the number 6, you're right. It is 143 over 100. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have you make it into a mixed number or not. In fact, I'm going to put this down here. 143 over 100. If I wanted to make that into a mixed number, how many hundreds in 143?
1.
So it's 1. Anything left over would be the 100. 1 times 100. I've used 100 pieces. How many are left over? 4 is 43. That's if I ask you to make it a mixed number. But now, while it's in this form, how can I get this to be a decimal?
Over twice.
Yeah, again, it's 143 divided by 100. So I'm going to put a decimal and I'm going to go over 1, 2 to get that to be a 1 on the bottom. 1, 2. So it is going to be 1.43. So we're going to do the number. We're not going to do the 8, 9, and 10. I'm not going to have you do those. All right, the number 7, set it up as a fraction. What is that number as a fraction?
6 over 100.
6 over 100. And then, can that be reduced?
Yes.
So half of each of those is 3 over 50. And I don't think that can be reduced anymore. So your fraction is 3 over 50. And then again, how can I get this to be a... Move the decimal. 1, 2. Move the decimal. 1, 2.
0.06.
And so this is, you're right, insert that. 0.06 divided by 1 is 0.06. And again, if I just ask you for the decimal, you could always start from here, and as if we're dividing by 100 is drop and move 2 places. So it comes out to be 0.06. Then you will have some where 9% of B is 7. I'm going to try to avoid the decimals. So on this one, oh, this says estimate. We're not going to do any estimating. No, we're not going to estimate.
Find the rate. Find the rate.
Well, I have to do some of these first. So on this one, and I'm going to stick with ratio and proportion for almost everything, because when we get to the word problems, and these, you really need to know how to do that. So find the percentage. Do I have the percent?
No.
Yes.
Yes, and by the way,
Yeah.
the basic form that I'm going to be using is percent over 100 equals is part of a total. All right, is part of a total. Take good notes. All right, so on the number 15, do I have the percent?
Yes.
So what would I put?
30 over 100.
So 30 over 100. 30% of, well, here's the is over of. I comes before O. So who knows where that of word's going to go? On the other side, it's going to go on the bottom. Now, for some of you, and I'm looking for the part, for some of you who can reduce and do all that fancy stuff, fine. But I'm going to tell you, cross multiplying and dividing by 100 is simple, and you'll always get the right answer if you multiply correctly. What's 60 times 30?
1,800.
Yeah, it's 18 with 2 zeros. And then divide by 100. Divide by 100. And you are correct. I can either put a decimal, go over twice, or I can, because I've got 2 zeros, I can take them both off. So our part is 18. 30% of 60.
You can also multiply, right?
Yes, but I'm going to stick with setting it up. You can, if you have your percent and if you have your total, you can, but when we come to these, you're not going to have all the parts where you can't just multiply. So I'm going to sort of, and I'm not going to have any of those. So let's go to this one. Find the rate. What percent of 60 is 40? My first question is, do I have the percent?
No.
No. So I'm going to put P over 100. And on, what is it? Then on this side, where am I going to put the 60 and where am I going to put the 40?
60 on the bottom and 40 on top.
And why?
Cuts of reach.
It's because the is and of. What percent of that total, so the 60 is going to go here, is 40. And again, you could no, you're going to, on this one, because it's going to end up 2/3, you'd have to end up cross multiplying anyway. So you might as well let the cross multiplying do the work for you. So 60 times P is equal to, what's 40 times 100?
400.
It's a 4 times 1, which is 4, with 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. And then divide through by 60. Divide through by 60. But here's where I'd at least take off 1 0. And then I'm going to divide the rest. And so 6 go, oh no, in this, I said that we were going to do the percent test and then fix up your ratio and proportion, but there's only, I think, one person that still needs to fix up their ratio and proportion. So no, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, here we go. 6 into that does not go. 6 into 40 goes how many times? 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And so that is going to be 4. Right. Well, any repeating, I'm going to say stop it and put it as a fraction. So that's going to be, let's finish this up. 6 times 6 is 36. And yes, it's going to keep on repeating. So at this point, you're going to stop and bring that 4 up to the top. And if I could, I would have divided by 6 again. And then can that be reduced?
Yes.
Into what?
Into 4.
Dude, no.
I have brain fart, sorry.
Into 66. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 6 is 3. 66 and 2/3%. All right, then I'm going to go to the last one here. So these are easy numbers. I'm going to avoid on the test giving you ones like this. I'm going to avoid those. So on number 22, 10 is what percent of 70? Question 1, do I have my percent? No. So what are you going to put if you don't have your percent? P over 100. And then, who knows where the 70 goes? And you need to know why, because sometimes the number will be smaller on the bottom. It goes on the bottom because it says what percent. In fact, 10 is what percent. 10 is what percent. So the 10 is going to go over here. What percent of that total? There's the of word that goes on the bottom. And so the only thing left here is the 10. And I could take off a 0, but I'm just going to cross multiply and divide. Equals. Again, take good notes. At this point, because we've cross multiplied correctly, can I take off a 0? Yes. And then what's the only thing that we need to do? Nobody knows? Is divide. So 100 divided by the 7. Seven into 10 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Subtract. Bring down and then go back and divide again. 7 into 30 is 4. 4 times, so you might not have decimals in the problems. Again, I'm trying to avoid it so you can do the best that you can on the test, but you will have some fractional answers. So 4 times that is 28. Subtract, I get a 2. So I'm done. Don't put things in decimal answers. What am I going to do with that 2? Make it a fraction, bring it up to the top. And if I could, I would keep dividing by what number? By the 7. So that is my percent. Then, okay, so we've got that. And then find the base, and when they say find the base, we're going to see what that base is by the is over the of words. Okay, so 27 is 15% of the base. First question, do you have a percent? Yes, so what are we going to do since we know we have a percent? 15 over 100. And by the way, another clue, the clue to where I'm going to put the 27. Who knows a clue to where you're going to put 27?
Is.
Well, see, that's the problem. This is goes with the percent.
Oh.
However, well, the of 27 is 50% of that total. So that tells me, number one, that that's the total. The B is going to go on the bottom. But also, this is sort of does say something. It says 27 is the 15%. 27 is the 15%. So 27 has to go with the 15. But yes, let's just get this set up. And so 27 is 15% of that total. So that's, again, another clue that that B is going to go on the bottom. That is our total. And then what's the only way to solve this one? I could divide it by 5, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to go ahead and Yeah, if you all know how to reduce,
Miss,
yes, sir.
wait, what number did y'all do?
We're starting with this 23.
Okay, never mind.
So 15B is equal to 2700. Then how do I get rid of the 15? Yeah, guys, I think we need to turn on the light. Let me see if I turn on the light, if we can still see.
Don't mess with that.
Mine.
Wait, what is it? Mine don't matter.
Girls and boys, let's quiet.
Miss, I'm scared.
Oh, you can still see that.
Miss, I'm scared.
Okay. Be the brave one for us. Okay, girls and boys. Okay, we're reviewing for a test. Let's quiet down. Okay, Joelle.
What?
We're reviewing for a test. You need to do the very best that you can. So, and I can see you can see. What's the next thing that I need to do? Matthew, focus.
Divide.
We have to divide by 15. Divide by 15. I just want to see if it would have been any easier if I would have reduced. That would have been 5 divided by 5. It would have been 5 over 20. We still would have had to cross multiply and divide. So again, 2700 divided by 15. And here's the biggest thing when you're dividing is, does 15 go into 2? No. Vanessa, sit up, please. So you cannot put anything there. Does 15 go into 27?
Yes.
Yes.
Once.
So 1 times 15 is, hold on a second, dude.
We gotta go fast. Yeah, go fast.
Okay, Joelle, stop. So this minus that is 12. Bring 1 down. And then I just have to guess. I know for sure there's 6 15s and 100, and then it goes over. 6 times 15 is 90. But there's another 15 in that. So I'm going to say that would be 7. I'm going to try 8.
No,
Okay, and I
it'll
should
be
hear.
7, it'll be
I
7.
should not hear the
It'll be
talking.
7.
All right, that would be. Hold on. That's going to be 40. 8 times 1 is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh.
Okay. So it is going to be 8. 8 times that is 120. Now, who knows? I need you to be quiet, please. Be respectful of other people that really need to do well on this test. All right. So who knows? I've got still a place left. Who knows what that number is going to be?
0.
Very good, because I'm going to bring down a 0. 15 doesn't go into that. But if you have a place left over, a number has to go there. So what were they asking for? Oh, they were asking for what was my original base or my total. And my original total was 120. Make sure it looks reasonable. Like 100 is so much bigger than 50.
It's 180.
180.
Candy?
No, that's just, I had the
No, it was a
right.
mistake though.
Okay, Joelle. Okay, later. Just remind me later. All right, but let's get done. So, and this is a lot bigger than the 27. So just make sure your answer is reasonable. So 127. And let's set up 160 is 20%.
I was 180.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
It looks like
Candy for you too. Okay. 180. Okay. All right. Okay, Joelle, stop talking. Stop blabbing. Okay. Then. Okay, I need you to stop, or you can just leave. Down to Miss Godot's office. Thank you. All right. So, if I have one that, in fact, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this one to 150, 150%.
Wait, why?
Okay. Because I want to. So, do I have the percent?
Yes.
So what am I gonna write here?
150 over 100.
150 over 100. I'm changing it to make it look different because you might have a percent that is larger. And then it says 21 is 150. Who thinks they know where the 21 is going to go? On the top. 21 is that 150, so it's going to go here. 21 is 150 of that total, and is over of goes on the bottom. So again, this number This number here is smaller than this, so this one should come out smaller than that. So again, this one I'm going to cross off as 0. I'm going to cross off 1 0. And if you want to divide by 5, you can, but this is going to be easy. So I'm going to cross multiply 15b. 10 times 21 is 210. And what do we still have to divide by?
15.
Divide by 15. Divide by 15. And divide by 15.
Wait, 15 can go up to 60, right?
Step outside, Armando. Go ahead.
Can I go to the restroom?
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Stay outside.
For a while. All right, so here we go. So does 15 go into 2? Go again. We're not going to have time for retakes, so make sure you're focusing. So no, you cannot have anything above here. Does 15 go into 21?
Yes, 1.
1 time. 1 times 15 is 15. Subtract. That is 6. Bring down. That's how many 15s in 60? Goes 4 times. Who won the I will not talk today contest? Did anybody? Oh, good. Very good. Awesome. All right. So hey, Joelle, just be quiet. You'll never win. All right. So on this one, sorry, it's true. All right. So again, this was bigger than this. This should be bigger than this. 0, 0. All right. So here we go. Then I'm going to change some of these numbers because I'm not going to have a bunch of decimals. If I do, it'll be very easy decimals. So let's go ahead and look at this. Find the missing value. They want the discount. In fact, I'm going to take this off. I'm just going to say it's $95 and round it to the nearest cent. So do we have the percent? Yes, again, the setup, please, is going to be the same over and over. 7%, and label what that is. That is the percent of discount. And over here, I'm going to be looking for the discount in money. Do I know the original price? The original price is what? Is 95. Okay. So we're looking for the actual discount in dollars. I took off the 25. I'm making an even 95. All right. So then I'm going to cross multiply. And by the way, when we divide by 100, it's not going to be hard at all. So it's going to be 100D is equal to 95 times 7. So 63, 64, 65, 66. Alrighty. Then, okay, then what do we do? Divide by 100. Divide by 100. And then, does anybody know what that discount in dollars is going to be? Take good notes, please. Take good notes. Does anybody know what I have to do now? I want this to be a 1. So 1, 2, and then I move it over 1, 2, because anything divided by 1 now is that number. So the discount is $6.65. So but I'm going to add on a question to this. The discount is $6.65. Now, if I ask you the original price, listen carefully. The original price is $95. I'm getting a discount of $6.65. What is the sale price? Who knows what I need to do? Subtract. So you might have one like this. So the discount, we just figured it out, but I'm not going to just pay $6.65. I'm going to pay here's where you will have to add a decimal. $95 minus that discount, because we did have one of the pizzazz puzzles that we did a bunch of discounts. And so I need to pre-borrow, get it from the 50, which becomes 49. That's going to be a 4. That's going to be a 3. And this one I have to pre-borrow, getting it from that. That's an 8. So 14 minus 6 is what? Is that going to be 8? So here's my new sale price. So get that down and maybe put it on your worksheet. Okay, so that is your new sale price. So make sure that you know how to do that also. Let me see the time because I need to get through a lot of these. Okay. I'll check the version. Okay, make sure they have. Alrighty. So do we know how to do the sale price?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how to get your discount. What's that?
It's 6.65 more candy.
Okay, hold on a second.
What? 88.60?
Because it's 95.25.
No, ma'am, I changed the number though. I said I took off the 25. So I'm just making it $95. I made it 95. So we had an easier problem to work with. Okay, so I didn't make a mistake. Somebody just wasn't listening. Okay. So again, put that the original was 9500. Okay. And by the way, if I'm cross multiplying with 95.00, I don't need the 0.00 in the work. So again, I made that 95 to make our work easier. The only place where you might have a decimal is in the answer, and then also when you subtract, you might have a decimal for that sale price. So let me see, hold on a second. Let me look on the back. Oh yeah, we do need to do those. All right. So on this, okay. So this is the same thing, a tax rate. Okay, watch carefully. I'm going to change this amount. I'm changing this to $24. Okay. I go to a restaurant and my bill is $24, but I have to pay tax. Okay. Or that could also be a tip. So, do I have the percent on 29? People, do I have the percent?
No. Oh, yes.
Yes. So what am I going to write? 5 over 100, and that is the tax rate. Or I could, could be a tip problem because I don't know if I'm going to have time to do a tip. And then on this one, do I know? And over here, there's going to be my tax, which we don't know the tax, so that's going to go right here. Do I know my original amount? 24. And so we're looking for the tax. And again, I'm just going to stick with cross multiplying because it's easy to divide by 100. 5 times the 20 is 100. 5 times 4 is 20. So it's 120. Then, who knows what I need to do? And by the way, if for some reason the lights go off, I have a flashlight right here. So what do we have to do? Okay, shh. What do we still have to do?
Divide.
Divide by 100. Divide by 100. And I don't have 2 zeros, so please don't just cross off 1. In this case, put your decimal and go over 1, 2. 1, 2.
It's gonna be 12.
Dude, what?
1.2, 1.2.
$1.20. So the tax, now again, listen carefully. The tax is $1.20. But if I ask you a question, what is the total price then that I have to pay? Am I just going to pay the store $1.20?
No.
What am I going to pay then?
$1.20.
The item costs 24 bucks.
Oh. Uh-huh. Wait, what are you asking? I'm so confused.
25.
25 what?
20.
25.20. Because I have to pay the cost of, I have to pay for the $24 plus the tax on that. What does that come to altogether? So the total is $25.20. So know that you might have a tax problem where you add, or you might have a tip. A tip you also add. I could have said that's a tip, and so what is my amount? Is that. Okay. We've just got 3 more problems to do, and then we're done for today.
What time is it?
It's 11:07. Okay. So again, I'm going to change this number because I'm going to make it easy. The total sales is, okay, the total sale is 9600. This guy's commission is 4%. I will not give you hard numbers to work with. Yeah, and get a second piece of paper. Keep your work organized. So I'm looking for his commission. Do I have the percent? Yes. It's, what am I going to put?
4 over 100.
4 over 100. And again, write what that 4% is. That 4% is my commission. So over here is going to be my commission in dollars. Who thinks I know where I'm going to put the total sales? Oh, total always goes on a bottom. So it's 9600, and I'm looking for his commission. So I'm going to stick with just cross multiplying. It's going to be easy to divide by 100. And then 4 times 96, 4 times 9 is going to be 24. That's going to be 36, 38. So 4 times that is 384. But I have to tack on how many more zeros? 2. Oh, and then this is going to be very lovely. When I divide by 100,
So it's just going to be 3.8%.
help him. Yes, 384. I can either, no, you said 3.84.
That's the same thing.
Or I'm just going to move the decimal 1, 2. It is $384. So it is $384. Right. Thank you. Okay, we don't have time. So flip it over to this side. You will absolutely, here's what we have not done, which you're not going to be responsible for the test. We have not done principal times rate times time, because that would be another couple days, and I couldn't get into a test until maybe Monday. We don't have that kind of time to make any corrections. So you will have a percent of change, either percent of decrease or a percent of increase. So do we have the percent on number 31?
No.
So what am I going to put?
P over 100.
P over 100. Now, please write what it is. It's going from 61 to 51. Is that decreasing or increasing?
Decreasing.
So I'm looking for the percent of decrease. So over here, I have to have the actual decrease amount over the original. On this type, the easiest number is to get the original. What was the original 61. Number? Is 61. And where do I put that original 61?
Bottom.
On the bottom. But here's where some of you are going to mess up.
We have to subtract.
Thank you. Very good, Joelle. That decrease is not $51. That is my new. That goes nowhere in the problem. You have to take the 61 minus the 51. And so where's that $10 decrease going to go? Where? On the top. And then cross multiply and divide. Looks like it passed over us. So on this one is 61p is equal to 1,000. And then again, I can tell this is going to be a fractional answer. But again, you just work it out. I don't want to go too fast, but I've got one more to go over, and then we're done. Is 61 does not go into that. It does not go into 10. There's only one 61 in 100. Subtract, that's 39. If I cover up that 1 and I cover up that 0, how many 6's in 39? There are 6. Okay. So it's going to go 6. 6 times that is 366. I'll help you subtract. That is 24. And then what am I going to do with my remainder? Put it on the top in fraction form over 61, and that can't be reduced. So what was that anyway? Oh, that was my percent of decrease. So 16 and 24 over 61. Okay, there is one other kind of problem that is not listed there, so unfortunately I have to do it. What if I say that, so write this last one down, take good notes, take good notes. What if I say the commission is, I'll say 500, and I know the percent is 7%. I'm looking for his total sales. Okay, so this is the last one. Do I have the percent? So what am I going to do? 7 over 100, and this is the percent of commission. So I'm going to put commission out of the total. On this side, it's commission out of the total. Do I know his commission or do I know the total? I know the commission. Where's that 500 going to go then? Matthew, focus. But wait a second. What is the bottom reserved for? That's reserved for total sale. Where's the 500 going to go? On the top. People, put the labeling and follow the labeling. The commission percent is 7, so the commission in dollars is going to go here. So you will have a problem like this where you're looking for the total sales. And then last thing, what do you have to do? 7T is equal to 5 with how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this, by the way, this answer should be a lot bigger than this, since this is a lot bigger than this. Was it somebody in here? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try to get through this quickly, but it doesn't go into here. It goes into here 7. Subtract. Goes in 1. The ones I find are going to come out nice and pretty, not ugly like this, because I just made this up. That's going to be 4. 4 times that is 28. I get a 2, and I get a 0, which is 2 times. I'm going to have you one where it comes out perfect, because this ends up where you have to carry it out and get the cents, but don't worry about it. Just let's say this is approximately $7,142, because I'm not going to have you do any decimal. Put your notes away, save them. I am done.